Hello everyone, it's me Clayton. I just finished watching A Quiet Place Day 1, directed by Michael Sarnowski and starring Lupita Nyong'o, Joseph Quinn, and Djimon Hounsou. Now, the Quiet Place movies certainly were a big franchise for John Krasinski when the first two Quiet Place movies came out, taking a new spin on the alien invasion genre, with aliens that can track people through sound, forcing our heroes John Krasinski, Emily Blunt, and their families to essentially be as quiet as possible to avoid being killed. Now, the first two Quiet Place movies were certainly an effective blend of horror, suspense, and some occasional bursts of action. And with this prequel, we go to the very first day when the aliens arrived, especially considering that the prequel segment of A Quiet Place Part 2 definitely felt like it had the most potential for expansion. But we follow a new protagonist here, and we thankfully don't have any of the mystery of the aliens ruined by this prequel. But what story do we get? Well, here it is. Lupita Nyong'o plays Sam, a terminally ill cancer patient who's looking for a slice of pizza in Harlem. Something to appreciate before she ends up succumbing to cancer. But since she's living at a hospice and ends up going to a puppet show, she ends up thinking that her whole day is kind of wasted when a citywide evacuation is announced. But this evacuation is because of aliens that have fallen onto Earth, and thankfully Djimon Hounsou is here as Henry, the character we met from Quiet Place Part 2. But since we already saw his story play out in that movie, we know he's going to survive this one. Thankfully, the story isn't really about him, though. Most of the story following Lupita Nyong'o's first encounter with the aliens is her finding the special pizza place where she was at, where she happens to have some fond memories, and to help a survivor named Eric, played by Joseph Quinn, make it to an evacuation that's held out at the south side of the city, since they're in New York. So yeah, this is definitely bigger in scale than the other Quiet Place movies, which mostly took place in the forest or in small isolated communities. Here, there are several scenes where there's a lot of noise and a lot of action for people who are being torn apart by the aliens, since they initially didn't know what to do and would panic when things went wrong. But there's still plenty of quiet and emotional moments, especially between Eric and Sam. Especially considering that the two of them definitely managed to benefit from Joseph Quinn and Lupita Nyong'o having committed performances. It almost feels like the movie was misadvertised, considering that the movie initially seems like it's going to be a lot more action-packed than the first two Quiet Place movies, when really most of the action has already been shown in the trailers. The rest of the movie involves some tense sneaking sequences, some really emotional character moments, and some generally great acting without having to use a lot of sound to do said acting. However, with that being said, I think the movie doesn't benefit from the fact that its sequences, while good, aren't as impressive as they were in the first two Quiet Place movies. Like, there's nothing as harrowing as Emily Blunt's having a pregnancy while an alien is close by in the first film. There's nothing that's quite that visceral and quite that hard to watch. And on top of that, Sam is a little hard to like at first. She definitely gets better as the film goes on, and I definitely can sympathize with her having cancer, but it does feel like she takes a while to get used to when it comes to being a protagonist, at least in the opening sequence. Though her kitty, Frodo, is pretty neat. And yeah, Sam and Frodo, that Lord of the Rings reference isn't lost on me. On top of that, I do believe that this movie makes the most of its $67 million budget, and it ultimately makes just enough use of the Quiet Place aliens to make them threatening without making them lose their appeal. So, I don't think the prequel is as effective as the first two Quiet Place movies, but I think it's still a good movie in its own right, especially if you liked the previous two movies and you don't mind the bigger scale. That's why I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. See you next time.